today we are doing my kitchen declutter and organization. I am a little bit scared to tackle this project because of multiple reasons. One is that I'm 8 months pregnant right now and I get tired so fast. I get out of breath, I get exhausted. There are moments when I just want to plop on the floor and not get up for 2 hours. I don't know. It's the third trimester exhaustion or whatever that is. It's very difficult for me. And the reason number 2 is that this project is overwhelming to me. There is a lot. It's difficult for me to look at everything and try to figure out what has to go and what has to leave my house and which spaces I will be able to find for all of the things that have to be put into the kitchen, because we're a family of 4 about to be a family of 5, so everyone has slightly different tastes and needs and preferences. Plus my kitchen serves as a laundry room as well, so there's multiple functionality with that too. And I cook almost everything. We go out to eat maybe like 2 to 3 times a year, maybe more, but that's pretty much what I remember. So I cook a lot, so there's a lot of motion going on in this space, and this kitchen is not big. There's very few cabinets, not that much storage space. My pantry is the area behind me, so there is not that much space for things, so I have to be pretty minimal with how I handle my life. But at the same time, there is a lot of functionality and a lot of things that have to happen in this space, so that's why it's a little bit scary and overwhelming to me. But let's do this, you guys, and I hope it is fun and encouraging to you, that even though sometimes there are certain spaces that we don't have time to get to. I'm a work from home mom, so sometimes there is no time to get to spaces, but I hope it's encouraging to you that you can carve out a day, half a day, and tackle the space, and then at the end of the day you're going to be happy and your family is going to enjoy the space very much. So okay, you guys, let's do it. Before we start actually cleaning anything out, let me show you the before. The dirty things from the outside that have to be cleaned: groceries, my little cabinet here, groceries, and small refrigerator. One moment, buddy. Trash can, refrigerator, storage. Oh, what's up, buddy? Yeah, buddy.
I love you.
I love you so much, my unique. So storage, and then we have some groceries that we have no space to put right now. As clean dishes that will be put in there in a moment. Thank you, buddy. And sink, our little counter with a bunch of things, and some empty space which will be filled in a moment because I have an idea of what will go here.
Mama,
cereals and crackers,
I love you.
and extra cereal bars. I love you too, buddy.
Mama,
Pastas, sauces, cheese, and what else is there?
Mama,
Peanut butter.
Mama,
Yeah, buddy.
do we have only one baby?
Yeah, buddy, there's only one baby. Coffees and things that are not being
It's a boy.
consumed right now. It's a girl, buddy. Spices.
Boy.
Buddy, quiet.
Boy.
You can pretend it's a boy, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Spices, medicine, and vitamins that we use all the time, and rarely used vitamins. And then cooktop, obviously, and some tea making place. A little bit of the pantry storage, a little bit of the storage here, containers and lids, and then my dirty laundry, my clean laundry, laundry. Yeah, buddy. And now this space is extremely disorganized, and things will be moved out of here, which I'm excited and slightly puzzled of how it's all going to work out, but it will, because we have to make it work.
So here we go. And as you know, all of my cleaning, all of my decluttering, basically all of my like house projects that I start with very easy small projects or tasks that make me encouraged and show me that I can get it done. So dishes first, then clean laundry. I want to take out of my immediate space that I will be working on as much as possible. And then I just started with my decluttering. As you can see, I am just taking everything down from my pantry. That was my choice. I wanted to start with that pantry because that was the biggest one that I needed to tackle. So I just took down everything, and then as you will see, I will start organizing, merging things and categorizing things that are going to stay here, and then some things will be taken out of the space and will go somewhere else. Wow, when I see everything on the floor, it's impressive. There's a lot of things that when you put them on the shelving, it doesn't look like that much. I mean, it was a lot, but the floor is basically, the whole kitchen floor is covered. So I'm going to go through it right now and figure out where things are going. My decision here was basically to take every item that is not regularly used out of the kitchen. If it's not an edible item and I don't use it every day, I want it out of this space just because it serves so many purposes already that I don't want to use it as a storage room in addition to that. And then I went through each food item and either threw it away if it was expired or did not smell good, or I categorized it and I just put like snacks together, or candies like sugary treats together, or salty snacks together. And then I started slowly putting it back on as soon as I saw that I had the categories somewhat together. I would put that container back on the shelf and just kept going with my categories. Decluttering and organizing is always such an interesting exercise in your house because it actually shows you of how much you actually own of that particular item. And in my case, it was kind of eye-opening of how many cereal bars and like cookies and crackers we have, and we don't actually eat them that often. Anytime I want to reach for a snack, I would rather have either a cookie or something more sugary, or yogurt, or a piece of fruit. But cereal bars are not what I would be going for. So it always is interesting to me how careful you need to be with your future purposes after you declutter. Here I switched some of my dishes and I split them up between that only one cabinet, and I added another one that I wanted to use just because it felt a little bit too crowded into that one cabinet. So I felt like it would be way easier for us to have our cups separately and then plates, bowls, and bigger bowls on that side, on the right side. And this corner cabinet is such a pain. It's so uncomfortable. The opening is so tiny, but the space inside is humongous. Can you see how much there was inside? So I basically got rid of everything that was old and expired. I also took out some crackers that we bought before holidays, so like a month ago or so, but we don't eat crackers that much, so they were donated and given to the place where people will consume them. And then I also merged our cereals so that they're a little bit more organized, and I was way happier with that space afterwards, that now it's a little bit more organized and, well, less cluttered with the things that we don't need. And then here at the bottom cabinet, I also went through everything that I had, just cleaned it up and categorized it a little bit more so that I see where things are and they're a little bit more easy for me to access than they used to be. And then from what I remember, I'm pretty sure it was the day after that my husband moved that little refrigerator, swept the floor, we cleaned up the floor and so that it's nice and clean, and then we put back the rug that we have in the kitchen during winter because the floor in our kitchen gets super cold, and right now it's not comfortable for me to stand there for too long. We have two small little boys who are on the floor at all times, and then with the baby coming, it is nicer to insulate things a little bit more and to have things warmer. So that was the last thing that I wanted to get done in the kitchen. And here is the final look. Oh my goodness, I am so happy with the way everything looks. This is my little shelf with placemats, with our little aprons and tiny little hanging things here. Then we have a box with bottled water and some bigger fruit, as you can tell, if we ever need watermelons or something. Then some fruit that should be easily accessed here. And here's the look onto my refrigerator, so nice and clean, and the counters are so cleared from most of the things. And obviously that's not real life. I took out some of the things out of the kitchen for this final look. I will show you in a moment a basket with my dirty laundry, because I'm like, it didn't look good. And normally the dirty laundry would be sitting here by the fire extinguisher. But I took it out because, well, it was for the purposes of pictures. There they are, sitting in the living room. But obviously they will be back in a moment after this video done, and we always have it there. But yes, here's the look into my pantry. It still looks busy to the eye because there's so many items here, but it's so functional. And actually it has been a few weeks since this video was recorded, and my organization and my system stays the way it is, and always running laundry, never stopping. But yes, seriously, you guys, I am so in love with my empty shelf, with my pretty pot that I can display and use. Obviously, that is a usable pot. Up there's some salty snacks and some things that we're storing above. Now, here are the pots that are regularly used, and some teas and coffees and drinks and honey, and then sugary treats for whoever wants them. And then some rice, quinoa, and like some grains here, and then huge box of cereal bars, and then more pots and pans and containers and some popcorn. And then all the way at the top is container with the gum, ice cream supplies, and my teas that I bought for myself. And now here we have a drawer that I did not actually touch it. It was the way I organized it a long time ago. Spices, medicine and vitamins, oftenly used and rarely used at the very top. And then again, things that are not being consumed right now, like some wines and some coffee. And then in this cabinet, I did not do much at all. Again, it's the way it was functioning really well for us. I didn't move anything. So pastas, and then some peanut butter, cheeses, and some butters and oils. Now on to this. Look how beautiful this looks, like way different. I'm not sure if I showed you the before of this cabinet. This doesn't look good, but it's functional. It's very functional for us. And some empty containers and extra cereal bars. And now here are my cups, and then coffee's next to it, and some oatmeal there. And above that is our blender and some more cups, and then at the very top, mixer and ice cubes trays, which again, this functions so well that I'm so happy with the way it turned out. And then this is our regular side that is always used, with some plates and bowls, and then bigger bowls, and then huge bowls at the top, and my husband's cups. Now onto the oven. I did not have enough space for all of the trays, so some of them are sitting. The most oftenly used ones are sitting inside, and then more of them is in the tray. And then this part I did not organize much at all, because again, it was functioning really well with containers at the top and then lids at the bottom, and then some extra food items in the back. And then this side, again, I am enjoying the way it is right now. The items that I need to access mostly are in the front, and everything else is slightly more in the back. That it's okay if I spend a little bit more energy getting them, because it's fine. Under my sink, I have very limited number of items that I'm keeping there. The dishwasher soap and some vases, and my rag that I normally use. I actually turned it all the way on the inside so that it's not hanging here, and I like it that way. I don't want to see it. Then some kids containers with trash bags, then a little bit more plastic bags and Ziploc bags, and then foil and plastic and a little bit more Ziploc bags here. And then the top container is our utensils. And that is all, you guys. I am in love. Thank you for watching. I hope you love it as much as I do. Leave me a comment below if you would like to tell me anything. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.